I think God would like us to hear his voice and flow like the river, 100% together. And I think we can get confluence of other things. So when you hear God's voice, it does also need confluence. There is a time where you will hear God's voice and nobody else will. Okay, I will give you that. There is a time. And the only reason I say that, just real briefly, I haven't studied all of it in the Bible, is the story of Joseph. That dude was all alone. That guy was like just destroyed. Think about it. He had a dream from God, and he said, you know what, Dad, I had this dream. You and all of my brothers are going to bow down to me, and I'm going to rule over you. And they said, could you just back that up a bit? And we're going to go ahead and kill you. Wait, we'll just sell you. We'll sell you as a slave. Enjoy that life. We'll see how you do that way. We'll see what king you are then, huh? Years he's a slave, all right? And if he goes to the, like when they have slavery, they're not dressed up real nice getting sold. They're stripped down, they're beaten, they're looking like the humiliation. The drag behind a horse on, with whatever, they had ropes or chains. And then he does all good things. And nobody's there, no brother, no word of God. He had no word of God. There was no Bible for him. Moses is later who writes this stuff down. He has a couple of stories about this God from Abraham. All right? So, Joseph had Jacob. Jacob had Isaac. Isaac had Abraham. It's that close to the beginning of the whole deal. So he has this story of maybe Abraham stopping to kill and the angels showing up. But there is no word that Joseph heard or saw an angel. He had a dream. He went off of a dream for how many years? Then he does this whole thing and he stays close to God. For some reason, he stays close to God at Potiphar's house. And he could have had it all. It was doing really well. Just had to do this thing with Potiphar's wife. Sure, she had everybody else in the same boat. And he says, no, runs away from her, loses his coat. What does he get for that blessing of listening? His integrity. Jail time. Jail is not pretty back in the old days. It's not pretty now. But I'm certain it wasn't pretty back then. And once again, stripped down to nothing, has nothing, and he still keeps the faith in that word. That's crazy. There's no Bible. There's no worship songs. There's no people around him saying, you know what, you heard it. God did it. God spoke to you. He's all alone. And he proves it when those two guys come in and he says, they tell him the dreams. And he just says, hey, here's the interpretation of the dream. I hear from God. So he must be talking to God. Okay, he's talking to God this whole time. He's talking to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he gets there and he says, here's the answer to your dream. And then he says, it's his only moment of like, my life sucks. He says, when you get out of here, I want to let you know, tell somebody that I'm wrongly accused. I did the right thing. I don't deserve to be in here. And what they do when they left? Forgot about him. So one guy gets killed. The one guy goes back to work for Pharaoh. He goes, remember me. If you're going to go back to Pharaoh, remember me. Guess what he does? Forgets about him. A couple days, a couple weeks, a month, 2 years, 2 more years. That guy had to have spent time on his knees with God to keep that dream alive. I think it was 17 years past. And then he's promoted to the top. And then his brothers and his father come and bow down to him later. And the dream comes true. Years later, even as he's at the top. What am I saying? I'm saying we have to still be still and know God. There's nobody. I can't do it for you. No one else. Your wife, your spouse, your children, your grandparents, your mother, they can all pray, and you can be super, super protected, and you can have all these good things happen, and you can hear God's voice once in a while, and you'll move, and you'll be fine. But you will not be in confluence. You will not flow in the Spirit. and the sinful nature, it will still look dirty to everybody else, even though you're pure water. You're pure water. You're purified by the washing of the water of the Word. You're good. You're going to still look dirty.